Well, unfortunately, um, we're back at this point again within the hip hop community. Another young man has lost his life, not just a young man, but a father, a brother, an uncle, a nephew, a husband is gone. He didn't die by the hands of any other race. He died by the hands of his own people who murdered him in his community on his way to get cookies for his mother. We often we get riled up when we pulled over by the police, or riled up when there's a person outside of the race, but it's really time for us to get riled up now. This has to stop. When does it stop? When does this cease? When do we not glorify street life? When do we say that the street life is not our culture? And it's never been our culture. When? When does this happen? I've said this over and over again. I do not deny the things that have happened to our community in the past. I could never deny that. But often, more times, I'm scared of my own people than I am a police officer or a Caucasian. I'm scared of walking out of my house and seeing somebody like me hiding in my bush with a weapon, ready to tear my head off. So when does it stop? This is a continuous, vicious cycle. And the saddest part is, like, I think we're just almost so numb to it. It's almost like it's supposed to happen. This man is a father and husband, man. His wife and children won't ever see him again. But for what? For what? For jealousy? For jealousy? For him being successful and trying to provide for his family and even offering opportunities to people in the community? He's no longer here for that? And he's looking at the man holding the gun that looks like him. When does it stop? People are up in arms about Kyle Rittenhouse, who obviously, his victims were all white like him. But we shouldn't be more up in arms about that than we are our own kind. It's sick. It's sick. This whole culture is just sick. These codes, these so-called street codes, this whole street mantra, this whole we the streets and we gangster and we this and we that. What, really? Because you still got Tekashi 6ix9ine, skipping around, and you got Zimmerman skipping around. And this is who we lose. It was Nipsey Hussle, now him. And countless other rappers that aren't, as famous, who I don't, like, every week is somebody, but, oh, come on, man. Come on. I just want to bring attention to it. Self-accountability is key. Loving one another is key. And I've preached this on my Instagram over and over again, only to be called the coon. Only to be called the coon. In regards to the police, there are about 150 million interactions with police every day. You know, when you look at the fatalities, more unarmed white lives are lost than black. And this is just straight statistical data. When I bring up the fact that inside our community, even though we make up 13% of the population, we make up over 60% of the homicides in the nation. Nobody, you know, I'm a coon for calling out something that's obvious. And it's very easy for us to point the finger and point blame and trace it back. Like I say, I do not deny what happened in the past, but how does acknowledging that, how does that help us in the present moment? You know, when I was young, and people can testify to this, when you were little, or you in high school and your Jordans was messed up, you got roasted. Those kids that look like you, they didn't make an excuse or make a reason why they wasn't nice to you. They didn't say, baby, his mom ain't got no money. That's why we roast them. But what happened was when you got roasted, you made sure to get you some sneakers. Now, if we could set this so-called culture with clothing, with style, with music, we should be able to set a culture of loving one another, not killing each other. And this whole snitching thing, if you're a working person, you're not a snitch. If you're not in the game, you're not a snitch. A black person that calls the police because another black person did them wrong is not a snitch. That is a citizen. That's a citizen. That's called being a tax-paying citizen, not a street person. That doesn't apply to all of us. We're not all a monolith. And it's time that we really start to stand up in our community. It's time that we stop harboring killers amongst us. It's time that we stop dancing to music of guys talking about who they killed that look like them. It's time we stop. It's really time for this to be over. It's a wrap. It's over. It's time to let it go. And with that said, I just want to say RIP to this brother, Young Dolph, man. Rest in peace. I hope this message will inspire somebody, or light a light, or just bring some awareness. I'm not claiming to be any type of community leader, nor am I any type of community organizer. I'm still a comedian. I'm just a clown. I just talk stuff. But this was on my heart. Thank you. Thank you.